house.
The bill was due. She hadn't paid. All my stuff was gone. She's given away my things. Never. She was wearing my clothes and posting them on Facebook.
You don't actually look like you're the same size.
Exactly.
Listen, the defendant is your aunt.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I understand, reading through the lines in your complaint, that your aunt is one of the few relatives that when you're growing up years and your young adulthood who's been nice to you.
She was like a second mother to me, Your Honor.
Right. And how old are you?
22, Your Honor.
Like a second mother, you went to college, that didn't work out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. She helped you with that when you left college. You moved in with her?
I enlisted in the military, and she wanted me to live with her.
Just a second.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Before you enlisted in the military, you went to college. Which college?
Georgia Gwinnett College.
How long did you go?
For 2 years.
Did you flunk out or did you leave?
I left, Your Honor.
Why?
To join the military so they can fund me.
Okay. You went right from the dorm to the military?
Yes,
No.
Your Honor.
You went from the dorm to her house?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Right. So what month and year did you leave school?
December 2022.
And you moved right into your aunt's house?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you live with her?
I stayed until April of 2023, so 4 months.
Were you working?
Yes, Your Honor.
Paying rent?
No, Your Honor.
So you're there as a guest?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you went into the military in April of 2023. And it is your claim that you left some property at her house, and that's the property that you want, and it's worth, according to you, $10,000 the property, a lot of other stuff, theft, emotional distress. So why don't you tell me, now you're in the Army, your aunt's taking care of you. There's an overtone here about your aunt was living with your uncle, her husband at the time. This is your mother's sister. You're no longer married. There's some intimation that there was some involvement by you that resulted in your aunt's divorce. But she and her husband did, in fact, divorce and sold the house that you had been a guest in.
Yes,
Is that
Your Honor.
correct? They no longer have the house, and you were out of the house in what month and year?
We sold the house August of 2024.
And you were notified that the house was being sold, and you were notified in what month, Miss Robinson? I help you, June.
Yes, Your Honor, June.
And between June, when you were notified that the house was being sold, and the time in August when you said you wanted to come for your things, do you have any communication with your aunt telling her what items was there? I'd like to see what you have. And then we're going to list what items you think she took or stole.
So, Your Honor, what I have is...
Listen to me carefully. I asked you for a text, an email, between June, when you were told that the house was being sold, and I assume that you were told the house was being sold, and any stuff that was there you should come and get.
Per my uncle, yes, Your Honor.
Per your uncle. Well, do you have any communication from him?
Yes, Your Honor. I have text messages with me being in communication with my aunt, and then I have my uncle's too.
Just a second.
And her just, like, completely ignoring me.
I have an August 18th that you notified her. That, good afternoon, Auntie, I'm in town. I wanted to get all my belongings today. I apologize if I caused you any pain. We wish you the best and hope we can get you resolved. What kind of pain did you cause your auntie?
I haven't caused her any pain, Your Honor. I was just saying that to make amends with her, just in case she was upset with me.
And why would she be upset with you?
She just feels like I didn't send her any money, and that's where our relationship kind of deteriorated.
This is in August. What I'm asking you is between June and August. So is what you're telling me that you had no communication with her and you show me a bunch of perfume bottles. You had no communication with her in the month of June or the month of July or anything until August 18th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I also have evidence with my uncle, because that's the main person I was in communication with.
Your uncle says to you, your luggage and bags are still under the crawl space. When I get off from work, I'll go through it or FaceTime you. Love to talk to you later. This tells me that you had a communication with your uncle. What does that have to do with her?
Because my items are missing, Your Honor.
What does that have to do with her? I'm asking
Okay.
communications with her.
Well, I ended up going on Facebook. She had blocked me, but I started seeing her posting pictures in my clothes when I had left for boot camp. And then my uncle has also sent me pictures of all my perfumes on her dresser that she was using as well.
You found out that they were moving in June. So the answer is you have no communication with your aunt telling her anything. The only communication you have is with your uncle, who says that you have 2 suitcases in the crawl space. That's all it says.
I'd like to clarify. So when I had left for boot camp, and then I went to training school, I was not allowed to bring all of my belongings. So it had been communicated between her, my uncle, and my cousin that I would come back for my stuff.
No, I don't want you to tell me anything that you communicated with your uncle, who's not here, or your cousin, okay? Direct communication did you have with your aunt? I see you had a lot of communication with your uncle, but I don't see communication with your aunt.
Well, we weren't on speaking terms at that point in time, but...
Fine. So you weren't on speaking terms, and was that over something that had to do with your uncle?
No, Your Honor.
What was it about? Because she was nice to you up to a point.
So this had actually started happening when I was in training school. When I was in boot camp, I was awarded a bonus of $10,000.
So you got $10,000
Yes,
just
Your
for
Honor.
joining up?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was in what month?
I received the payment in...
April.
No, I got it after I was in boot camp, so...
Maybe in June?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you were already out of the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
So in June 2023, you received $10,000. What did you do with it?
I spent about $4,000 on personal items, and then I'd also given her money. She had asked for me to send her $400.
For what?
She was trauma dumping on me about her marriage, and she asked of me to help her pay some of the bills, in which I sent her that same day that she asked.
Okay, so you sent her $400 of the $10,000. That was in June after you were already out of the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you spent $4,000. When you spent the $4,000, what did you spend it on? You certainly weren't living at her house at the time, so it wasn't being delivered to her house.
Some things were, Your Honor.
Like what? Because right now all I know is you had 2 suitcases and a bunch of perfume bottles. What did you buy after June when you got this money that you had sent to your aunt's house?
Clothes and purses.
Okay, and do you acknowledge that after she went into the military, she sent clothes and purses that she bought to your house?
Never.
Okay, so now I would like to see receipts that you have of clothes and purses that you had delivered to your aunt's house.
So I don't have proof that it was sent to that address, but I do have proof of purchase.
She says you never sent anything to the house after June.
I did, Your Honor.
Well, when did you start having difficulty with your aunt over a problem, she says, that involved her former husband? In what month?
There was no problems that I had with my uncle. The problem that happened for us to stop communicating is when I stopped sending her money.
Well, you only sent her $400, is what you told me so far.
But she kept asking for money afterwards.
Okay, but you only sent her $400.
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason you say that you got into a kerfuffle with your aunt is because you didn't send her any more money. What I'm trying to find out is, when did this communication stop between you and your aunt, who was previously good to you?
So this was July, I'll just give it to you. July 8th, she asked me to help pay the phone bill.
Is she asking you to help pay part of the phone bill because you used the service?
I paid my half of the phone bill, but she wanted me to pay for her not paying her own phone bill.
How much was your part of the bill?
$70.
Is that right?
It was like 75.
Okay, so it was 70, and the whole bill was $429. So why should she pay everybody else's bill?
She shouldn't. I never asked her to pay everyone else's bill. The bill was due. She hadn't paid the month prior. And I don't know which one. I do have evidence where I was telling her that the phones would be disconnected if she did not pay her portion of the bill.
How much is it? I really thought you meant for my line. I really can't pay $400. I don't have half of the bill money. I would ask. No, you were asking because you were pressed for money.
Yes.
You
at
were
the
pressed for money, and this wasn't just for her piece of the bill. Okay, well, that was on July 8th. So now I want you to tell me what property you believe your aunt has that belongs to you.
Everything I've ever owned.
No, sorry. The suitcases you were dealing with your uncle. And it looks to me from the communication with your uncle that your uncle said, what you have here are 2 suitcases that are in the crawl space and the perfume bottles, but that's not an answer. Everything that I own, forget the 2 suitcases. What specific item or items can you identify that you believe she has that belong to you? Tell me.
My clothes.
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
But she was the one that was wearing my clothes and posting them on Facebook. She opened up my suitcases and was going through my things.
Okay, can I see the photograph?
Yes,
of
Your
that?
Honor.
Anything else other than this Lululemon sweatsuit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, just tell me. You have any other photographs of her wearing what you say are your things?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, show me.
What I have here is just a comp of those items that that were in that picture as well, and I have pictures of me also having that. That just goes to show that she had my stuff. while I
No,
was
this
gone.
shows that she's wearing this black outfit.
And she went through
okay?
my stuff.
And this is the only one that you have of her wearing what you allege is your clothes, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Where'd you get this?
That is mine. I bought it from Lululemon. I have a jacket with it and everything. Kaya, when she came to live with me, I gave her a lot of clothes. I bought her clothes, paid her phone bill for 2 years without asking her for a dime back.
Are you telling me that you purchased this?
Yes, that is my outfit. I have the jacket with it and everything.
You don't actually look like you're the same size.
Exactly.
We are not the same size, but those are leggings. She can stretch in those leggings. And those are mine. And I have proof of purchase of that as well. She did not buy those leggings.
Miss Robinson, I don't know what's tickled you, but just curious. Did your aunt take you shopping?
No, Your Honor.
Did she put you on her phone plan?
My uncle did. That's his phone plan.
That I was responsible for.
Just a second. At that time, they were a couple. So they put you on their phone plan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that because you did or didn't have a phone?
I did not have a phone at the time.
Okay. It just sounds to me like they were nice to you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, then I don't understand this lawsuit, quite frankly, over a Lululemon outfit. I don't understand that. I understand why. If your uncle said he had your 2 suitcases and you were clearly in touch with him, why didn't you make arrangements with your uncle to get your 2 suitcases?
He wasn't in the house all the time because they were having marital issues.
He was in the house long enough to know that your 2 suitcases were in the crawl space. You had a conversation with him about it.
Yes, Your Honor. And then he also informed me that
You
when
can't
he
tell
went
me what
down
he
there-
informed you, madam. That's hearsay.
No, my suitcases were stuffed with pillows. He opened it, so all my stuff was gone. And then she posted something I have on her Facebook saying that she's given away my things.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
This is her saying that she's given away things.
This doesn't say anything about you.
It says that she was giving away clothing.
She says she was giving away, come on. I am seeking individuals or organizations in need of high-quality household goods, clothing and shoes. All items are in excellent condition, with some still bearing tags. Following my recent move and downsizing efforts, I've identified a surplus of unused items, many of which have remained for over 5 years. If you are affiliated with and you didn't live with your aunt for 5 years. If you are affiliated with a church or know of individuals in need, please contact me. I'm offering these items free of charge and kindly request that interested parties reach out by private messenger. It says nothing about your stuff.
It said clothing items. When I had graduated training school, I took a 2-week point of leave where I was traveling. I went to go visit family back at home. Within that time period, with that money that was granted to me from the bonus, I bought, like I said, purses, clothes that I didn't even wear because I was traveling and I wasn't at home all the time. They made it very clear to me that that was my home too, and that I could leave my things there. I know that I don't have a lot of evidence showing that, okay, these were all the items that I had, but that picture of her wearing my leggings and then all my perfumes, that I have proof that I had purchased myself and me holding them as well.
I don't care. I don't care about the perfume tray, madam.
I understand, but that was worth thousands of dollars.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Miss Robinson, I'm not buying that because when you went there, you really didn't have money. You got $10,000, but that was after you left your aunt's house. So is what you're telling me that you bought thousands of dollars of perfume and had it sent to the house after you were in the military?
No, Your Honor.
No. So you have me believe that you purchased thousands of dollars worth of perfume, because that you said perfume is thousands of dollars worth of perfume.
Over time, yes. When I got my college refunds, I bought perfume. I have proof of that right here in my bank statements. I don't have every single last receipt for it, but
Miss Robinson, I suggest you get over it. Did you keep any of the $10,000 or did you spend it all?
I spent it all.
Spent it all.
Am I able to show you the proof of purchase here?
Of course. Give it to me. What do you say? The debit card you bought an Apple something? You bought something from Marc Jacobs in July? I don't know what you're showing me. This is from July of 2023. So first of all, this is after you left your aunt's house. What I asked you was, do you have any proof that you purchased thousands of dollars worth of perfume? The answer is either yes or no.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I think you have to move on, Miss Robinson. Whatever it was that caused the friction between you and your aunt, who seems to me nothing but supportive of you for your lifetime until something happened. Not exactly sure what it was, but when you allege that somebody has property that belongs to you, you have to have proof. You don't have any proof. The only proof you have is a communication with your uncle that he says you have 2 suitcases in the house in the crawl space. The house is no longer there, and there's nothing in the communication that you showed me that you say to your uncle, would you take those out and I'll come and buy and pick them up tomorrow or the next day? I don't have that, and if I had it, then I would still say to you, you have the wrong defendant.
Can you elaborate when you say I have the wrong defendant? Because my uncle wasn't accountable for my items.
But they
She
lived
said-
together. When you left, they were a married couple. Your communication about your property was with your uncle, not your aunt. And he acknowledged to you that he knew that there were 2 suitcases of yours in the crawl space. That's the only proof that you have with regard to your property.
Because she blocked me, Your Honor.
Okay, goodbye. We're finished. This case is dismissed. Still in the military?
Yes,
Thank
Your
you for your service. You got to grow up.
I'm happy with the decision, but also I'm sad because that's my niece.
I know that I didn't have solidified evidence of every single thing that I had there, but my aunt knows good and darn well that she had my stuff.
I never had a falling out with her. I don't understand why she did.
I believe she did this in retaliation because I wouldn't send her any more money. She blocked me.
Kaya was like my kid, and I did everything for her.
Due to the judgment, I hope that I never hear from her again.
We're here and we stay together when we're working. I live nice and rent-free with you, but I've smelled you coming out of my room smelling just like me a couple times. I've never sued you over using my perfumes or potions or lotions. So I think it's a fair, even trade. Her aunt and uncle seem to really care about her, but clearly something was not right there between the aunt and uncle, but still seemed to care about her, had her on their phone plan, got her a phone.
I think the papers also indicated that she lived with them when she was little for about 4 years.
Yeah, for a while.
All of
so
these-
it seemed to be a good relationship. So I can't imagine. Again, that would feel like me coming to sue you for stealing a perfume or 2.
I would
of
be
mine.
that would not be a good. I would not
I
be
would
your
advise
best.
against it.
Your best move.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to look at it as a whole picture.
Problem is, she ran through her money.
True.
Pretty girl, and I'm glad she's in the military. That was an interesting. I didn't know that you got a signing bonus of $10,000 to join the military. That's interesting. Used to be a privilege.